Okay, it's I guess it's as good a time as ever to have this conversation. If not now, when, right? And I know that there's people in my audience who aren't going to like this, and they're going to be mad at me, and they're going to disagree, and they're going to dislike the video, and they're going to unsubscribe, and a few even, the really special ones, will even say anti-Semitic things, and will say I'm a bad person and I'm a shill. But I can't care about that anymore. You know, I do stories as I see them. You guys have seen this throughout the election cycle. Sometimes we lose 500 subscribers. Sometimes we gain 500. Who knows? I don't care. It's too serious. And so we have to do it. Vote blue no matter who. Here we go now. Is not the same as vote Biden over Trump. All right. Let's think this through. We've got to understand this before things swirl out of control. There's a very reasonable debate to be had about Joe Biden's policies. When Joe Biden says he supports the Green New Deal as a framework, what does that mean versus saying he would push for specifically the Green New Deal? Oh, that's a debate. That's a great debate to have. But we can't equate vote blue no matter who to saying I believe Biden would be better than Trump specifically. And there are many supporters who have been correctly tweeting me. I want to be very clear. You guys are right when you say, David, vote blue no matter who relinquishes agency. It says to the DNC, you don't have to earn my vote because I'm voting blue no matter who. I'm going to vote for whoever has a D next to their name, no matter who they are or what their platform is. That's absolutely correct. That being said, that's not what I or many others are advocating for. I have never said vote blue no matter who. And in fact, I've said quite the opposite. All along, I've said I evaluate candidates and decide who's better. It's not a party analysis. And then I say, do I prefer this person to Donald Trump or do I prefer Donald Trump? Vote blue no matter who would be saying, I'm not evaluating candidates. I'm merely going to vote based on whether someone is a Democrat. That's not what I do. Biden is better than Trump on a number of different issues. I've talked about a lot of them. And of course, all of these are up for debate. On judges, including the Supreme Court, I don't want Trump choosing Ruth Bader Ginsburg's replacement. I want Biden choosing Ruth Bader Ginsburg's replacement. If you would prefer it be Bernie, great. That's not the choice. The choice is Biden or Trump, and I prefer Biden. On climate, Biden supports the Green New Deal as a framework. Trump doesn't. Trump thinks climate change is a hoax created by the Chinese. Biden's better on that. Taxes. Is Biden's tax plan as progressive as Bernie's? No. Is Biden's tax plan better than Trump's? Yes. On healthcare, is Biden's tax plan the progressive gold standard? No, not even close. Is it way better than what Trump tried to do a couple of years ago? Of course it is. On diplomacy, is Biden an embarrassment around the world the way Trump is? No. You might not like the things Biden will do with his diplomatic skills and with his experience, but there's no question that it's better than Trump. So back when it was Bernie and Warren and Amy and Pete and Biden, at that point, when there were 5 possible candidates who could win, it still wasn't vote blue no matter who. It was, when I look at these 5, any of these 5 individuals would be better than Donald Trump, and I would vote for any of them. When it was down to Bernie and Biden as the last 2 contenders, I still wasn't vote blue no matter who. I'm not even a Democrat, remember. It was either of these 2 specific people, Bernie or Biden, would be better than Trump. And likewise, at this point, this is not vote blue no matter who. For me, it's given the choices we now have. Either Donald Trump will be reelected in November or Joe Biden will be elected and Donald Trump will be removed. That is the choice I am making and why I will be voting for Joe Biden. And, you know, if the language continues to be arguing about the principle of vote blue no matter who, we're missing the forest for the trees. The debate over vote blue no matter who as a principle is a valid debate. And that's not the debate that we are having right now in terms of whether to choose Biden specifically over Donald Trump. Now, you might prefer Trump to Biden. By all means, then vote for Trump or stay home or write someone in or whatever. But let's not live in this fantasy world where we're pretending that this is about the principle of if the DNC doesn't earn my vote, then they don't deserve it. Well, has Trump earned what is de facto your support if you choose to stay home or write someone in? Because the idea that it's neutral to vote for neither of them is one of the falsest notions that we've been trying to dispel for years on the program. So if you're okay with your actions helping Trump get reelected, then do whatever you want. I'm not going to fight with people. I'm not going to attack people. I understand that there are many people who, if it's not going to be Bernie, would rather it be Trump than Biden, either because they think that it's sending a message to the DNC, or they have a burn it all down to build it back up mentality, or they want to punish it. That's fine. That's fine. But let's just be honest that that's what you're doing if that is what you are going to do. I won't argue with you on principle as long as you're honest and take responsibility for what it is that you're doing. I just don't want people to mistake vote blue no matter who with saying the options are Biden and Trump, and I prefer Biden to Trump. Switch their party affiliations. Tell me Biden's the Republican and Trump's the Democrat. Biden's still better. That's the reality. Let's not mistake a debate over Trump versus Biden with a debate over the idea of vote blue no matter who, because that's not going to get us very far. If you love feeding your intellectual curiosity, but you're always struggling to find the time, check out one of my all-time favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist lets you consume an entire book on your way home from work. They take thousands of popular nonfiction books, condense each one into text or audio that you can get through in just 15 minutes, and you get all of the important core ideas and information from that book. It's perfect if you don't have enough time to do all the reading you want to do, or if you just want to sample a book before you buy the entire thing. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.